We've been preparing for this moment for a while, and it's finally time for you to see us having some water in this van. And for that, we're finally installing our gray water tank. Uno, dos, tres.
Our first step with the gray water is going to be drilling for the water from under the sink to go to our gray tank underneath. That is important for everything. It tells us where the gray water tank needs to be, and it tells us where everything under our sink needs to be, because that's going to be the most important piece. And then hopefully with that we can measure where every other thing that's coming through the floor, like the vent for the composting toilet, which is hanging right here right now, and the vent for the propane locker, which we're going to make as well. So all these measurements are based off of what we're about to do. It's perfect somehow, some way.
It's perfect. Woo!
Y'all don't know, because the gas tank and the way that it is and the way that our kitchen is, like, we literally have this certain amount of space, and we wanted to hold 20 gallons of water. So these tanks are square. It's kind of weird, and it fits, but
You can show them later.
Alright, so we're going to work on installing our gray water tank. This is going to catch our gray water from the kitchen sink and the shower that we've installed. This is pretty square for a gray water tank. It is 11.75 inches wide, it's 11.75 inches tall, and it is about 32.5 inches long. This is Class A Customs. We got it on Amazon. We'll put the link in the description below so that you can see what we're working with. Some people have a more rectangular type of gray water tank that sits a little bit lower and is a lot longer, but for our situation it just wasn't going to work the way that we have everything organized already. So I think it's important to show people what you can do with this 11.75 inch height gray water tank. So we're going to show you how to install that. And to install the gray water tank, we have these slotted angles. They're 14 gauge steel from Home Depot, and they're 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches. I've got different parts of it, as well as some straps, just a flat piece of 14 gauge that is going to help us connect it to the bottom of the van. So what we have to do with the angle is we're going to have to create a tray for it. Obviously there's parts of the tray where it sits where we're going to have to cut, so where the water, the manual outlet and the ball valve outlet that we have, we're going to create both. We have to cut out that little area. And then the straps are going to work to bolt to the side of the tray, and that's going to help us hang it to the bottom of the van. So we're going to start with our sink connection and the water that goes down, and we are going to then create the connections that go to our holding tank before we put it up, so that we know that they're going to fit in the right place. And it's kind of like a puzzle, where I feel like you can do a lot of different pieces that, like, whenever you want, and then come back to it. So I don't know, we're going to start like that.
As we connected the pipes, we will run some water down to make sure the connections had no leaks.
So we've
This
got
is for the shower pump.
our non-pee P-trap. This is to keep all the smelly, foul odors from the gray water tank from getting into the van. And so we got some PVC coming out of the van. So we got PVC on one side and then ABS on the other side. ABS because it can withstand more vibrations and things hitting it potentially. But yeah, so now we're gonna go under the van and we're gonna connect this to our connection that goes to the gray water tank. So it's gonna be fun. No filming! I said no filming! So guys, welcome back. So far we have installed the black ABS line that is connected to our HepvO P-trap waterless, waterless P-trap. Doesn't have to hold water. Makes it easier to connect directly to the sink. And then we also have our hole for the connection to the OGO toilet. It's a 1 1/4 PVC tube that connects to the OGO like so. And then that's for our cords. Yeah, we have a screen on the other side for mosquitoes and bugs. This one's gonna be for our electrical cables.
For the gray water tank.
And we've set up our connections for the water in and hot water, as well as our sink connections with the weight. And we have the water filter that goes from the cold water connection all the way up and around to this. It goes to that guy right there for the purifying of the water. And we are finishing up all of that. And we're gonna have an electrical outlet here.
Just in case.
Just in case. And then we're also gonna have some more electrical connections with a bus bar for the gray water gauge and the ball valve. So that bus bar is gonna go like right there. And we're thinking our propane locker can go right here. And we're gonna have it vented like these tubes out through the bottom of the van so that it's safe. And we're gonna have an alarm right here in case there are any leaks.
We're gonna have enough space for a trash can.
Yeah, and hopefully we can manufacture enough space for a trash can in here. I think we can.
Give me puñito. Bing!
Alright, so we've got our gray water tank with all of our inlets, the air tube so that this thing doesn't become a vacuum. We're gonna put our ball valve, electronic ball valve right here, as well as this is our manual drain valve if we ever need it. And we made the whole rack out of angle iron, or slotted angle. Our gray water tank is in between our front wheels on the driver's side and our back wheels. There is this nice space where you can nestle a gray water tank up to these rails and make it fit pretty snug. Ours is going to be a little bit bigger because we want to hold more water since we're living in the van, but this is the space that you're working with. You can actually go a little further back if you have a bigger tank. Our tank is a 20 gallon and it's probably going to sit like right about here. You can see that we have a lot of stuff right here. We have our inlet, outlet from the sink, inlet into the gray water. This is a Y
have it covered up so no critters get inside because there's lots of them down here. And then we have our shower. We have one of these up top in our kitchen. This is a HepvO P trap, not a P though. And then we have all these connections with ABS running to where we are going to have gray water tank inlet. This is our wiring that we spray foamed so no critters get up in there, and they are ready for the connections. I try to cover these up so that these don't get wet. And then we've got things like our OGO toilet vent. It's covered up. Nothing can get up in there. Probably went a little too crazy with the spray foam, but that's what we do. And then we've got our propane leakage chamber vent. So if for some reason our propane is adjusting temperatures and letting out some propane, we have somewhere for that to all let out. So it's not very pretty, but it's all good, and we primed and painted all the holes that we made. And so now we're going to work on putting the gray water tank up in here. So we got these straps in finally to hold the gray water tank. These are going to come kind of up and over the top of it and hold it from the bottom.
Alright guys, so Aidan has been working a lot under the van these days, and I think he is almost there. So I'm gonna go down there too to help him to set up everything and put the tank in place so we can connect these straps to the bottom part of the rack. So yeah, it's pretty exciting. Also, we're getting to the end of the month, so we're starting packing our house and, you know, checking what we need to sell, what we want to keep. We're gonna have a little storage unit. So yeah, it's pretty insane. Also, we got the cushions for the living room, and we got some window covers that I'm a fan of them. It's from Van Essential. We're gonna be showing them to you. It's amazing. You cannot see inside the van at night when we have the lights on. So very stoked about that. I'm gonna order one for the front, especially because of the heat. That's great. We also got a thermometer for the van so we can like see how hot and humid it is in here, because it's been wild lately. But yeah, pretty excited stuff happening. So thank you for sticking in. Let's move on. Let's continue. Chiquillos, we're getting ready to test the water.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh.
It's empty.
Sweet. Okay, let's show the people. Okay. So we know it's empty. That's the bottom bit. Okay, cool. We have a bunch of towels here to make sure we have just in case we have any leaks.
It's our first water fill. Going into the tank. You see the tank's filling up. Got no leaks right now, thank God.
Well, we turn on the stuff. Ah, mira, ahora está parando. ¡Ah! ¿Está listo?
En serio.
You creo? Are you ready? I hope it works. 1, 2, 3. other water, the filter one? ¿Qué onda? ¿Cómo no funciona?
Oh, wait, hold on.
Okay, you gotta turn it on. ¿La abro? Test the shower. A ver, préndela. Uh-oh, there's a leak under the sink. Do you hear it? A ver. Again. To finalize.
Finished doing the water. We got the gray water tank and we fixed all of our leaks. So now we installed our buttons for these switches for the gray water tank ball valve and for the gauge. So we've got all of our connections that we put together, and before we hang up the wires, we're going to test it out. We had to add a spot on the links distributor. So yeah, if you need to add an extra space to your links distributor, it has 4 spaces. You can actually do this hack with a MRBF fuse. And Explorers.life has a video that I used to help add an extra spot so that we can connect our connections under the sink.
Cool.
So now we're gonna press the button and see if the gauge works, and we're gonna see if the gray water tank releases the water. Let me press the red button.
Buena.
Actually, I don't know which button it is because I got the switches mixed up. So the switches are in the right space.
Shut up, you're lying to me.
The colors might be off.
Are you serious? Pucha.
At some point, switches, like I couldn't find an item number or anything on them.
So what do you want to do first? I guess just press one button.
The gauge is what we want.
Wait.
I'm just trying to remember which one's the gauge.
Ooh, buena. So the first one is to see if the gray water tank is. Yes.
Press the second one.
Okay, are you ready?
Press it.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Working?
This gray water job, it's done. Thank God.
Yeah, with this we wrap up this video. Sí, te pasaste, mi amor, eres un seco. I'm proud of you.
It's all for you, baby.
So there you have it. If you have any questions, just leave a comment, whatever. Or if you just want to say, awesome, this is great. Congratulations, guys. Now what we're doing is just finishing a couple woodwork stuff. And soon enough, we'll be moving into the van. So stay tuned. We are so excited. And yeah. we're moving in the next days. So yeah, remember to subscribe to follow our journey. Can't wait.